Welcome everyone to BPM RealTalk show. My name is Bianca Kruger and I'm the host of this show. We really wanted to establish a platform where BPM practitioners around the world can come and talk about their experiences, their journeys, and their obstacles, as well as their successes, but most importantly, their failures. Hence, we started BPM Real Talk Show. Our mission remains the same to inspire, inform, and empower the community of BPM practitioners around the world. Today, we're going to focus on a very interesting and trending topic: leadership and cultural alignment, the key to successful business transformation. Today, we are thrilled to welcome Jose Vivar. Jose is an innovative business and transformation leader with over 30 years of experience. He has worked in large global banking financial corporations and in different lines of business, such as consumer, business, corporate, and international banking. Welcome, Jose, to the show today. I'm going to hand over to you to give us an introduction about yourself, and then we'll get straight into today's topic.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the invitation. I'm very happy to be here talking about a couple of my favorite topics: culture and leadership, and how they help with business transformation and operational excellence. I've been in business for more than 30 years. I work in different type of companies, small business, medium-sized companies, as well as global large corporations. And I work in so many projects that I think that what I'm trying to share in this session and this conversation is some lessons that I learned and some best practices that may help some other people out there that are going through some transformation initiatives as well.
Thank you so much, Jose. And I'm really excited to get straight into the questions today. I think it's a really exciting topic that we are covering today. And I do think we're going to get a lot of insight from this episode as well. So I'm going to go straight into our first question. Why do you think organizational culture is so important, and how do leaders actually influence that?
Yeah, that's a great question because actually the culture is the foundation of the organization. It defines the purpose, the values, and beliefs of the people that work in the company. So it's very critical that companies define their mission and vision, but also translate that into what are the goals and how they're going to accomplish those goals. And in order to be more successful, the culture has to be aligned into that mission, has to embrace those goals, that those values and beliefs in order to be able to be more successful. And a critical component is leadership, because leadership has to actually ensure that everybody's aligned, marching in the same direction, trying to do things better every day, because what is good today is not going to be good tomorrow. So they should motivate people to be creative, to be innovative, to try to bring their best every day that they come to work. And the role of the leader have changed over time, because now managers used to be more like organizers, people managers, ensuring that things get done. But now leaders are going to be more like coaches or inspirational individuals that are going to try to motivate all the employees top down, and also recognize that there is always a different way to deliver some excellence, either operational excellence, process excellence, and trying to always use continuous improvement as a mindset to do better.
Amazing. That makes sense. One thing I've noted from that answer is it's definitely a trending theme, where a lot of leaders have shifted from traditional ways, to the new way of leadership and actually adapting to that change as well. Going into the next question, Jose, what strategies can be used to embed process improvement into the organization's culture, and ensuring that it becomes a core part of a transformation journey?
Yeah, just to follow on the previous question, so we have leaders that are gonna ensure that the that process improvement or operation excellence or even business transformation becomes part of the fabric of the organization, because that's what we need, is ensuring that that's part of the day to day, that everybody comes with better ideas, with the energy and the passion to make things better, not only for the customer but for each other, because leaders are creating that environment that everybody is able to work not only with each other but also collaborate, improve the understanding about what are the priorities, and also ensuring that this new way to do things becomes part of the DNA, by ensuring that there's always recognition, there's always a new way to do things, and giving not only rewards but also acknowledgement, providing the knowledge and tools for the individuals to be more successful.
I absolutely love that, actually, creating that environment where people actually also feel comfortable to share their ideas. I think gone are the days where it's only a few people and a smaller group of people who actually ideate and share ideas. So that's really great, creating that area and making sure people are comfortable to do that. Can you share some best practices and lessons learned while executing transformational initiatives throughout your career?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me start with the bad news. bad news. Bad news is that 70% of the transformation initiatives fail.
Yeah.
So let's talk about why they fail. Some of the reasons is because there's no leadership commitment. There is no readiness from the employees. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the buy-in. So you have to win hearts before you win minds. You need to provide the, like you said, the environment that people are coming to make transformation successful, that they feel recognized and they're able to even make mistakes and learn from the mistakes. And what I've seen, I've seen a lot of failures throughout my career. Because in some cases, some company has just hiring some experts. Say, oh, let's hire a Six Sigma certified person or a lean expert or somebody that has that background. Maybe they can solve all the problems. But that's not the solution, because it's very isolated. It's not going to be embraced by the whole organization. Not everybody understands how to work and also be part of the transformation. So it's going to be hard for people to be aligned to that new way to do things. So it has to be something that is more across the board, like in some organization that I work for. So it was a complete new way to work by not only hiring pockets of individuals or experts, but actually deploying the tools, the methodologies across the whole organization. Like one example is that in one large organization, there was a quality and productivity new group that was actually spread out in the whole company, that we have not only experts but also people coaching, training individuals from managers to frontline employees in the tools. So everybody was speaking the same language. Everybody was able to understand what was a project charter, what was a process map, how to even do problem solving using basic tools. And I think that that's what is critical for success, because it's not going to be the flavor of the day. It shouldn't be something that is just one time initiative. It's going to be part of the way to do business, to conduct that transformation that is a continuous improvement. And like I was saying before, what is good today is not going to be good late tomorrow, and always trying to ensure that that culture is part of the DNA of the company, with everybody being able to work on projects, volunteering to help, and also reducing resistance. And that's another point that I wanted to bring up, because at the beginning of my career, I was seeing a lot of changes, a lot of process improvement, a lot of work. But a few months later, after implementation, things started fading down. So the improvement didn't stay. because there was no change management. And that's something that in the last few years is being applied more across the board because we need readiness, not only training. It's not about training. And like I was saying before, it's about winning the hearts, winning the minds, and being able for people to adjust to the new way and also be prepared for that change, either through knowledge, through skills, through tools, but also understanding why we need to change. So that's very critical for success in order to sustain those improvements because otherwise we've seen, and that's part of the 70% failure, there is so many resources, so much time and money spent on changes that are not going to stay.
Yeah. No, thanks for that amazing answer, Jose. I think people are normally a bit scared to share when it comes to the failures, and that's one of the reasons that we said, come share those failures, those successes, etc. Because through those failures is where you actually learn, and people shouldn't be scared of sharing that. And you go through this change and you know what to do, you know how to adapt to that. So that's really amazing. How can leaders overcome cultural barriers that may hinder a successful transformation journey?
Yes, and I would call them, instead of barriers, opportunities, because we have cultural challenges, and we're not talking about working with people from other countries, from other races, from other ethnicities. It's about just bringing everybody together, different backgrounds. So I'm a big advocate of diversity and inclusion because that's one of the ways that companies, either small or large companies, working with their diversity and inclusion networks, bring people together to understand each other, to being able to embrace the differences and being able to promote healthy discussion and come up with the best solutions rather than just saying, no, this is the way that should be done and trying to convince others to do it that way. I think that by promoting that type of employee engagement, that's going to ensure that all the voices are heard and that best solutions are agreed by the team and supported by the team and be and carry out in order to be completed.
Thanks for that, Jose. I'm going to go straight into our next question. Um, how does leadership and culture alignment maximize operational excellence results? I think this is something that a lot of the audience members would love to know.
Yeah, absolutely. So they go hand in hand, leadership, culture, and results with operational excellence because operational excellence is trying to do things easier, faster, better, cheaper, but especially better quality. So in order to get all together and ensuring that we're always focusing not only on the outputs, not only on the what's, but the hows, and that's the execution. And in operational excellence, I've seen a lot of opportunities to ensure that everybody is prepared for and also have that mindset to try to do always things better and challenge the status quo because we don't have always the knowledge to understand what could go wrong until we see the outputs. And we need to understand that we don't measure things once they are done. We should be more proactive and should be put operational excellence as part of the regular day-to-day activities so we can ensure that all the not only the processes, the how we do things are streamlined and improve every day. And I
Going
wanted to
in,
add one little thing that I almost forgot.
no worries, yes.
If we go to the one of the fathers of operational excellence, Mr. Shingo, leaders by leading by with humility, understanding that leaders don't have all the knowledge and they should delegate and they should trust their employees because that's part of the beauty of ensuring that there's employee engagement, that everybody can bring new ideas and new ways and we're promoting and also ensuring that we're putting quality from the on the front end rather than waiting to see what is the result of the process. So we should just go back to the basics, ensuring that we acknowledge the power of the people that are working in the organization to be able to execute on the transformational efforts.
That's amazing, Jose. I think, you know, like I said previously about that environment, you know, where people feel free to actually share their ideas. I think some amazing ideas come from that. And where you get environments where people are not able to do that, I think you lose some of your most valuable ideas from people because they feel too limited or too scared to actually share that. So that's really amazing that you have shared with us now. The last question today is how has business process management become a priority in large financial institutions?
Yes, large financial institutions like other industries, they're going through a lot of regulatory pressure and oversight. So no, now more than ever, uh, these corporations have to document the processes in order to show how things are being done, what controls they have, what how the data is flowing from point A to point B, how the quality of the process is ensuring that there is fairness in the lending practices. So I've seen in many companies that now they're applying what it is, it's called single process inventory. There is a way to catalog the different processes with ownership of the processes, having a process owner that is going to be accountable for the successful execution of that process, and always revisiting that process and updating for gaps that are being closed, for risks that are happening, or just evaluating the performance of that process, the health of the process. That's something that is not only being used by large financial corporation because regulatory pressure is coming in different industries, either health, transportation, government. So all the different institutions have to a lot of regulations now, and they're trying to ensure that all the processes are organized, that they are well documented, because it's about showing how we do things, how we execute, and what are the results.
That makes sense. Thank you so much for that, Jose. You know, we've actually heard from so many different interviews that we have had in the past few months about these regulations in various different industries. And it's amazing to hear your insights from this specific industry as well. Thank you so much for making the time today, for sharing insights on this critical topic. Before we conclude today, is there any final message you would like to share with the viewers today?
Yeah, my last word would be that there is always room for improvement, and there is always room for growth, and that was my intent with this conversation, trying to share. And if somebody can take some valuable tips from this conversation, that would be great. Because I think that everybody's trying to learn, and it's about how we apply those learnings and that knowledge. Knowledge is power, so let's share knowledge as much as possible, and we'll keep learning every day.
Absolutely. I can't agree with you anymore. And that's one of the missions of, you know, the BPM community and BPM Real Talk is to bring this insight to the forefront, the failures, successes, lessons learned, etc. So thank you so much. To our viewers, thank you for joining us today. We'd like to remind you to stay connected with BPM Real Talk for more exciting episodes coming up in the next few months, each with their own unique perspective and stories to share. So please be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bianca. Have a great day.